What's up, guys? It's your boy the Gifted One, back with another video. Today I'll be doing something a little different. We'll be talking about the Wednesday night wars between AEW and NXT, and this is Gifted Radical Wrestling Recap. So let's jump right into it. First off, AEW starts a match between Cody Rhodes and Joey Janela. They have a hard-hitting match. They go outside. They're inside of the ring, going outside. Cody's going off of the top rope with a reverse suplex on Janela. A hard-hitting match between the both of them. Joey Janela will not be denied. I believe he's a good performer. He's a good wrestler. But Cody right now is heading into Double or Nothing against Lance Archer. And Cody is more focused now than ever, trying to capture that TNT championship. But like I said, guys, Cody goes back and forth with Joey Janela. It's a good performance between the two of them. But ultimately, Cody ends up hitting Joey Janela with the crossroads, picking up the victory, and moving up to Double or Nothing, where he'll be facing Lance Archer. So then we move on, and Nyla Rose comes back from after a couple of weeks. With this COVID-19 and everything like that, everybody's been kind of self-quarantining, public distancing and everything like that, and which was actually good because AEW was broadcast from the Daily's place, which is a bigger venue than what they've been doing for these past couple of weeks. In my opinion, the production and everything like that was phenomenal. The show was phenomenal. But yeah, Nyla Rose comes in and she's facing some girl named Kenzie Page, and it's Kenzie Page's debut. Now, mind you, this girl's 18 years old, but ultimately she gets squashed by Nyla. Nyla hits her with the Beast Bomb, sends her packing, and Nyla moves on. So that's all I'm going to say about that match. Then also we have a match between the AEW Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley and Frankie Kazarian. Now these guys have a great match. Frankie Kazarian is part of the SoCal team, and my opinion, Frankie Kazarian, he's a veteran. He's been in Impact. He's been in a lot of different places, and as a singles competitor, he can definitely excel. But right now, his bread and butter is with the team, even though, in my opinion, he can make more money as a singles competitor. But we'll see how that goes. They have a good match back and forth, guys. Jon Moxley, him being the AEW Heavyweight Champion, this guy is a lunatic. I mean, he loves the pain. He thrives on it. And granted, he normally feeds off of the crowd. But since they're doing empty arena shows, AEW, what they're doing is they have a lot of their wrestlers out in the audience, social distancing. They're practicing their social distancing. And before they even taped the day at the Daily's place, they were testing and making sure everybody was cool. So thumbs up to them. Like I said, I enjoyed the production. I enjoy AEW on Wednesday nights. It's a great show. But ultimately, Jon Moxley picks up the victory with the paradigm shift, and he wins. So after the victory, Jon Moxley, the Dark Order comes out and they assault him. They're beating him down. They take Frankie Kazarian outside. They beat him down as well. And then what they're doing is they're just setting it up for their big man, the big boss, Brody Lee, to come down, and he hits Jon Moxley with a devastating discus clothesline, putting him on the floor. And pretty much what Brody is doing is he wants to set up a match between Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley sits at the top of the mountain. He has the crown jewel, which is the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Everybody's gunning for him. He has a bullseye on his back, but he's willing to take on all comers. He doesn't care. He's a fighting champ. He fights for the belt. He fights for his people, and he fights to represent what AEW stands for, which is professional wrestling. And Moxley kind of smugly gets back up off of the floor, kind of cocky, laughing, and he tells him, all you had to do was just ask. So if Brody Lee probably wanted to handle business a little differently, he could have just asked him, hey, I need a match. Moxley, being Moxley, he would have said, hey, you got it. But he wanted to prove a point, physically assault Moxley. Then he actually walks off with the title. So we're going to see how that goes, guys. In my opinion, it's a start to a great feud. Then we have a match between Lance Archer and QT Marshall. Now, the Murder Hawk wins, obviously. This guy's about to face Cody for the TNT Championship. And Brandy kind of comes down to the ring with QT Marshall. And Britt Baker actually strikes QT on the outside with a shoe. Brandy grabs the shoe, throws it into the audience. So after the match, after Lance Archer picks up the victory, Britt Baker DDTs Brandy on the outside of the ring, guys. Pushes her back inside of the ring, where Lance Archer drags her to the center of the ring, and who comes out? None other than Lance Archer's handler, Jake the Snake Roberts. Comes to the ring with a python. Yeah, he's kind of taking it back to the 90s when he used to put the snake on people. Those of you who've been watching wrestling for a long time and followed Jake the Snake back when WWE was called WWF, that was his thing. He used to put the snake on people, intimidate people with the snake. So while Brandy's actually laid out in the center of the ring, he actually kneels on her. And which, in my opinion, me being Cody, I'm pretty sure Cody was furious just on the positioning where he was kneeling down on her and how he put the snake on her. If you guys look at the image, it's a very, it's just kind of a horrific scene. It's a little vulgar in my opinion, where he shouldn't have did that. But anyway, he just puts the snake all in her face. Moving on, guys. We're moving on now to Les Sex Gods versus Kenny Omega and Broken Matt Hardy. Now, this match was definitely a hard-hitting match, guys. The images that I'm about to show you all happened in the backstage area. But while these guys were in the ring, Matt Hardy got tossed to the back area by Chris Jericho when he came out as first the Broken Matt Hardy. Then he had 2 more costume changes after that, guys. So he changed costumes 3 times. He came out as Broken Matt Hardy. Second time, he came out as regular Matt Hardy. And they stuff him in a cooler. And we'll get to that in a sec. But Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, they're going back and forth. And there you see him there. Matt Hardy has ultimately transformed into Damascus. Yes, Damascus comes out of the freezer, the little cooler area, and he jumps in a golf cart. So he's running everybody down. He runs down Chris Jericho, hits him with the golf cart. They run down Sammy Guevara. He hits Sammy Guevara with the golf cart as well. So him and Kenny Omega kind of take over for a split second. They're beating down the Inner Circle, or should I say Les Sex Gods. They're beating them down. And they're getting ready to set Chris Jericho up for one of the finishing maneuvers where Kenny Omega's getting ready to get on this scissor lift, guys, and go up and go really extreme. Yes, Kenny Omega felt like he was extreme, and he was definitely going extreme on Wednesday night. So, as he's standing up there, Jake Hager gets involved and kind of beats on Damascus, Broken Matt Hardy, jumping in there, trying to save them. You know, saving Chris Jericho from him getting demolished and obliviated by Kenny Omega. But Kenny Omega doesn't stand for it. He gets on the top of the lift and hits a moonsault and lands on top of everyone, on top of Jake Hager, on top of Damascus, on top of Chris Jericho, taking everybody out. But yet and still, the Inner Circle, you know, Chris Jericho, he's crafty. He's a veteran. He's sneaky. He's not called Le Champion for no reason, guys. Then who comes out? Proud and Powerful. Yes, indeed, they come out. Santana and Ortiz come out and they start jumping Kenny Omega and Damascus, giving the Inner Circle the upper hand. They powerbomb Damascus through the table. They pick Kenny Omega up and they powerbomb him on top of the golf cart. Guys, it was pandemonium. If you really didn't watch AEW Dynamite, you guys should go back and watch, and I think you guys will be amazed on the type of show that these guys put on. So at the end of it all, Chris Jericho sets him up for the Judas effect, and they pick up the victory, guys. Yes, the Inner Circle picks up the victory over Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy, aka Damascus. So as Matt Hardy's first debut match as a tag team match, he took an L, but we're going to see what he does in single competition. But he had a great showing. Like I said, he changed wardrobes 3 times, and I mean, hey guys, he's doing something good over there in AEW, so let's keep watching. You know what I'm saying? So now moving on to NXT. We're going on to NXT now, guys, and I'm going to give you guys a highlight and a recap of NXT. So, first match of NXT, we have Johnny Gargano, who has developed a different persona now. Everything is TJGW, the Johnny Gargano way. Ever since he had that match with Tommaso Ciampa, they buried the hatchet. You know, they can't go back and forth anymore because they had that no sanctions match where Gargano picked up the victory due to his wife intervening and cheating. But whatever, a win is a win. And he's going up against Dominik Dijakovic. Now, Dijakovic, guys, they're having a good match. It's a hard-hitting match between the both of them. Dijakovic comes in, and he's giving him some work. you know, Dijakovic is bigger than Gargano, so he's stopping him at every turn. But then Gargano gets a little crafty, and he starts using his speed to his advantage. Like I said, Gargano finds a way to bring Dijakovic down to his knees. He implicates a little bit of sneaky tactics where he removes the top turnbuckle padding from the top turnbuckle. His wife kind of gives him a little assistance, holding him there. And so Dijakovic doesn't bring him to the center of the ring, but ultimately Gargano picks up the win. You know, he ends up hitting Dijakovic on the Raw steel, hitting him with his patented super kick that he does, picking up the victory. So then moving on, we have the interim Cruiserweight Championship competition, where I had to put Tozawa in this video, guys, because lately when I talk about Tozawa, I feel like he's just been getting squashed. He's been getting annihilated over there on Raw. So I wanted to give him a little highlight, and he's going up against the new Gentleman Jack. Gentleman Jack has developed this new attitude. He's tatted now. They have a fairly good match. There you see Tozawa there putting him in the Widow's Peak submission, and ultimately hitting him with a bonsai drop to pick up the victory, moving on in the competition for the Cruiserweight Interim Championship. Hopefully Tozawa can make it through all the way to the end. That's why I'm giving him a little bit of limelight today, because like I said, guys, I'm tired of seeing this guy get squashed. Tozawa, I believe he's a good competitor, he's a good athlete, but let's keep this man in the Cruiserweight division where he belongs. So moving on, we have the debut of Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Now, he faces this jobber, Leon Ruff, which is technically a squash match. He beats the guy Ruff, I want to say maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. Hits him with a couple moves. Then ultimately just puts him in like this rear naked choke. You know, puts the guy to sleep. That's that for Mr. Ruff. Kross is a big guy. He took out Tommaso Ciampa a couple weeks back. So let's see how that's going to go on with him and Tommaso. Hopefully they're going to start a feud between the both of them. And that'll be something I'd like to watch. Picks up the victory. Very impressive debut. But like I said, he picked up the win in impressively fashion because he was going up against a jobber. So let's see what they're going to do with Mr. Kross. So then we have the NXT Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair against Io Shirai. Now, as everybody's aware, Io won the opportunity to face Charlotte because they had a ladder match, and Io was successful in that ladder match, becoming the woman who had the first opportunity to face Charlotte for the title. Charlotte's been given women opportunities, so Io Shirai was next in line. They had a great match, back and forth. I believe Io was a little bit more than Charlotte expected with her offensive maneuvers, her high-flying moves. Charlotte tries to keep her grounded, but to no avail, guys. Io Shirai, she's very acrobatic. She's dangerous with her strikes. I mean, she has Charlotte on the ropes a lot of times throughout the match, but Charlotte being the queen, she does what she does, always finds a way to come back. They end up going outside in this match, guys, and Io Shirai ends up hitting Charlotte with a moonsault backflip. And then ultimately, Charlotte can't take no more of Io Shirai's pressure and actually intentionally gets herself disqualified by striking Io Shirai with a kendo stick. Yes, guys, Charlotte got herself disqualified. That doesn't really look good on your behalf, Charlotte, in my opinion. You're the queen. You say you want everybody to bow down, but you couldn't make Io Shirai bow down to you, so you had to go to dirty tactics. I mean, your father is the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair. So I'm guessing the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But like I said, guys, she puts Io Shirai back in the ring and tries to do damage to her leg, putting her in a figure 4 leg lock on the turn post. But Rhea Ripley comes out and saves Io Shirai. Now, Io Shirai and Rhea have history. They have beef. I don't know why Rhea came out there to help Io, but I'm guessing, you know, Rhea feels as though that NXT is her domain, is her turf. Charlotte is pretty new there because, as everybody's aware, Charlotte was mainly on Raw. Then when she won the NXT Championship, she's doing double duty. Now you see her on Raw and on NXT. But like I said, to no avail, Charlotte keeps her belt. Io wins by disqualification. So now let's see if they think about doing maybe a triple threat match between Io, Rhea, and Charlotte. I'd like to see that. Leave your comments below, guys, and let me know what you think. There you see Charlotte gloating anyway. She's like, I'm still the champ. I'm the queen. Can't nobody touch me. So, I don't know, guys. In my opinion, I thought that was a cowardly act by Charlotte by getting herself disqualified. Let me know what you think. So then we have the NXT Men's Championship between Adam Cole, baby, and the Velveteen Dream. Now, before I get into this, guys, I kind of find it very oddly that the Velveteen Dream has been put in this match due with all the controversy that's been floating around online with him. I don't know. I believe Velveteen is a phenomenal athlete. He gets high praises from the vets. And I don't know. I just wish that all the drama that's going on online with him and everything like that should get squashed. Hopefully everything gets, solved up. And it doesn't really affect his career like that. But we'll see. Nobody knows Vince McMahon but Vince McMahon. Nobody knows what that man is thinking. But anyway, they have a good match, guys. Adam Cole's the longest reigning champ. Velveteen Dream is trying to make quick work of him and try to dethrone him. But like I said, guys, these guys go back and forth. Velveteen Dream is a phenomenal athlete. Adam Cole is a phenomenal athlete. He's a great champ in my opinion. Yeah, he uses a lot of underhand tactics to hold on to that championship, but every great champion does, especially heel champions. And I believe Adam Cole can go a long way in NXT, and maybe if he gets bumped up to the main roster, he'll have an even bigger push then. But they go outside, guys, and they get physical. Adam Cole's tossing Velveteen Dream around. Velveteen is throwing him around. And he kind of gets some help that comes out of nowhere, the Velveteen Dream, with this guy, Loomis. So Loomis has been lurking in the shadows. I believe that guy's going to get a good push sooner than later. And he's kind of got the Velveteen Dream's back, so the Undisputed Era doesn't come in and intervene. But it doesn't matter. To no avail. Adam Cole's hitting him with that inverted neck breaker that he does. And ultimately, Velveteen Dream puts up some offense, hitting him with the elbow and all that other good stuff from the top of the rope. But it doesn't matter, guys, because Adam Cole ends up hitting him with the last shot to the back of the head, picking up the victory and holding on to the NXT Championship. That's right, guys. Adam Cole, and still your NXT champion, longest reigning NXT champion, greatest NXT champion in his mind. And that's the recap, guys. Just want to break a little bit down. I feel as though that the NXT show could have did a little bit better. Like I said, it's the Wednesday Night Wars. NXT is a good show. They have good segments, good moments, great matches. But I feel as though that AEW is definitely taking the lead just with the production value, the matches that they're putting on, the feuds that they're putting on, the highlights that they're putting on. And I mean, hey guys, you be the judge. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. If you like what's going on the channel, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified when I drop new content. And also, I want to send a shout out to all 26 of my subscribers, guys. Thank you very much for the love. I appreciate it. I also want a special shout out to my brother, David A. Sports. Guys, make sure you check his channel out. Subscribe to his channel as well. And also to my baby, Slay with Anais. Does makeup. Check her out for all you ladies. And again, guys, I'm the gifted one. Thank you so much. Till next time.